Yo, what's up guys, Goblin here, welcome to another episode. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys the top 3 best Executioner Evolution decks in the new meta, in the new season. New season started yesterday, but as always, I make the season end videos for you guys. Big shout out to everyone for the support and love on that video, by the way. And the first deck in today's video, we're gonna be using this Graveyard. Kind of a quick cycle deck, no building with the Executioner, with the Inferno Dragon. And by the way, for those who do want to support me, use creator code Goblin when, for example, buying the best Royale to be able to unlock the Executioner Evolution. So with that being said, let's get started right away. As always, I'm gonna play 2 matches with each deck. So first, we're gonna play 2 matches with this Graveyard deck. Afterwards, we're gonna switch to the second deck, and then just like that, pretty much the entire game. So let's actually go with Nado here to activate the King Tower, Guards to kind of block the Ice Spirit. Make sure we don't take any unnecessary damage, and this is gonna be an interesting one because we do not have a small spell. Our only spells are Nado and the free spell, and we're facing Lockbait here. But you guys are probably gonna see that even though we don't have any spells with a really good counter push and with in general just playing well, we still should be able to hopefully beat the Lockbait play here. So let's go with a Inferno Dragon right away. Let's kind of wait and see. Okay, what is he gonna do? He is gonna go with a Goblin Barrel, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna take the damage and afterwards try to make a big push from the back. So let's go with Executioner here, knowing that he just spent so much elixir on both sides. I feel like it's unlikely for him to pressure. Let's see if he, okay, I was about to say, let's see if he still decides to pressure. Looks like he does. Looks like he goes with Wall Breakers. I'm definitely going to support the Executioner here with a Knight and potentially have the Nado ready. So let's kind of wait and see. Okay, what is he gonna do? Looks like he does go with a Valkyrie. I'm definitely gonna just Nado this in front of the tower. This way the Executioner is at least gonna get some extra damage, and it's also gonna take care of the Princess. So very nice usage of the Nado plus the Executioner. That's definitely the combination which we're always gonna see. It's also in all 3 decks in today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys found a deck where the Execution Evolution is actually good in without the Tornado, but honestly, I don't think so. I think that the Nado is like a must-have when using the what's it called, the Executioner. Okay, let's go with Ice Spirit to distract to the Dark Goblin. Let's quickly cycle towards the guards. Let's wait a little bit, and I think I'm gonna do the same exact thing, guys. I think the key here, if we do want to end up beating this guy, is knowing when to take some damage and also knowing how to make the push we kind of need to hopefully win the match. So by the way, both towers the same exact HP. Both towers 2326 HP. Let's go with the Evil Knight. And this is kind of like the main push you want to create with this deck. Like having the Evil Knight tanking, having the Executioner as a support card, and then having the Nado ready here to be able to pull everything. And I'm also gonna just freeze, making sure that we do actually take the tower. Or I think it's gonna be tower down. Let's see if the opponent is gonna be able to defend it, but I don't think so. He goes with a Princess. Let's go with a Knight. Let's go with guards on top of the Goblin Barrel. And even though we do not have a Barbell, even though we do not have a lock, we don't have any good spell against Lockbait, it's, I don't want to say an easy win, but if you know how to, just overall kind of play the match, as I said before, know when to take some damage, and just overall, let me quickly continue, by the way, because this guy already gave up. If you know when to, for example, go with the big pushes, take some damage, I think it's still a very nice win, and just in general, pretty solid matchup. So, very nice W. This deck is definitely really solid. I feel like this deck can both beat Psycho decks, beatdown decks. Of course, it's, I would say, really good against beatdown decks because we have Inferno Dragon, we have Executioner Tornado. We in general just have a really solid defense. So that was game number 1. Hopping into game number 2 right now with this deck. As I mentioned before, we're gonna play 2 matches with each deck in today's video. Okay, looks like the opponent starts off with Mortar. I'm honestly just gonna start off by cycling Executioner. I doubt that. I mean, it could actually be Mortar Rocket, thinking about it now. Hopefully it's not. Yeah, looks like it's not. Looks like instead he goes with a Miner. So let's make sure that we get the King Tower activated as soon as possible. Let's go with a Nado here on top of the Miner. Knight to tank and distract the Goblin Gang, and back-to-back matches where they have a lot of spammy cards. And we do not have a small spell, as I said before, but I think it's gonna be completely fine because of the Executioner and because of how do you say that, like, solid overall this deck is. Okay, let's go with Inferno Dragon here left side. I definitely think it's gonna be important to try and find a good opportunity to kind of see, okay, what is he running? Can we go in for the Graveyard, or should we just wait? I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. Honestly, we should not be going too aggressive that early on in the match. Let's go with Execution Evolution here right side. Let's go with guards here as well. We do have the Nado available if anything, but I think I'm gonna just leave it like that for now. Execution here hopefully should be able to at least deal with the Mortar without taking too much damage. Maybe one shot, or hopefully not a single shot at all. Okay, looks like not a single shot at all, so that's great. And the Knight is also gonna tank, distract the Dr. Stein, and also help take care of that Miner. So Looking pretty solid. Definitely, if you guys are gonna try out this graveyard deck, try to be patient. I feel like a big mistake many people make with graveyard, even myself, like I'm not the best player talking about patience, but I think it's gonna be very, very important with this deck. So if you guys are gonna try it out, make sure to be patient. I think now is a great moment. Bets are out of cycle. He does have the Goblin Gang, but we have the freeze. As soon as I see the Goblin Gang, I'm gonna freeze. This is gonna allow the skeletons to get a lot of damage, but most importantly, the Inferno Dragon is still alive. Inferno Dragon is gonna force out the Fireball, and honestly, that's great value from the freeze. Forcing out a lot of elixir for only 4 elixir spent, while also getting a lot of damage. So looking good, guys. I would say that if we don't make any big mistakes, our defense against his deck in general against the Mortar is pretty solid here actually. Okay, let's go with Executioner towards the right side. Let's cycle Ice Spirit here as well. I think I'm gonna go with a Knight, and let's actually make sure to keep out the pressure. He does have the Evil Mortar available. Let's see if we can get a nice Nado going afterwards. Okay, let's go with Nado right now plus a freeze. Trying to both kill the Dr. Stein, take care of the cannon card, while also getting even more damage on the tower. We do have to be careful because he does right now have the, there you go, I was about to say that, have the Evil Mortar available. Let's go with Ice Spirit, let's go with a Knight here as well, let's go with Inferno Dragon. I think he has the Evil Bats, I'm not sure. We need to be careful with that. Yeah, there you go, there's the Evil Bats. Let's go with a Nado here backwards to try and take care of most of those. Let's also have the freeze spell ready. I'm gonna freeze the Mortar, the Goblins, and we need to make sure to have some distraction on the field just to make sure that the Mortar is not gonna get a lock onto the tower. That was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie, but I think we still did a great job there at kind of defending and tanking. So let's go with Execution here to start DPSing out with Goblin Stein. He is definitely gonna use his ability because it made it to the tower, but I think it's fine. We can take the damage and then now focus once again on offense. So let's go with a Knight, let's go with a Graveyard here for sure. Let's have the Nado plus Freeze ready in case he gives us value. He used the, okay, nice, let's go with Nado, let's go with Freeze. He used the lock, so no lock available, and that means that I think the tower is gonna go down. Let's see if it is actually, there you go, it is actually gonna go down. So very nice win. Back-to-back kind of bait type of matchups. First matchup was, just straight up lock bait. Second matchup was this bait Mortar Miner player. But I think even though we don't have a small spell, those are still very winnable matchups. So second deck, probably more of a familiar deck. I think the Graveyard, I don't want to say off meta, but it's definitely not as seen or as popular as this Hawk Rider deck. This Hawk Rider deck used to already be really strong before the Executioner evolution. Now I think with the Executioner evolution, it's definitely gonna be top tier. By the way, there's no specific order. It's not like the first deck is the best deck. It's not like the last deck is the worst deck. It's just a random order showcasing, in my opinion, the top 3 best Executioner evolution decks. So let's go with Executioner one side of the recruits. Let's go with a lock on the other side. And I guess we can go with Goblins here up high to kind of, distract the recruits. Hopefully make the right side go into the Executioner. No, looks like unfortunately not. So that's not the best defense from me. I guess we can go with a Hawk Rider here to kind of distract it a little bit longer. And then afterwards kind of wait and see, okay, what is he gonna do? Looks like he has a Goblin Gang cannon card. I would like to try and distract both lanes with the Valkyrie here. We do have to be careful if the Valkyrie walks outside of the range. I'm not sure if the Ice Spirit was necessary, but I guess I'd rather spend an extra elixir instead of having, for some reason, the cannon card locked onto my tower. So I'm definitely gonna be an annoying spam deck. I'm actually gonna go with a Nado here. Hopefully that's gonna activate. I think I messed it up. Yeah, I messed it up. Oh my god, what a bad tornado, guys. Okay, do not do that at home. I'm gonna have to be practicing with my Nado again. Haven't really used that much Nado recently, to be honest. Looks like he does go with a Goblin Stein. I was very tempted to go with a Rocket, but honestly, let's leave it like this for now, and let's cycle an Executioner evolution into the same lane. Okay, he does have a Lightning as well. That's interesting. Let's go with a Valkyrie, making sure that we take care of the Goblin Stein before it can pop the ability. There you go. He tried to pop the ability. I wonder if that 2 elixir he tried to invest actually got spent. That would have been huge if it did. Okay, let's go with Ice Spirit here. Let's cycle back to the Tornado. Let's go with a Tornado right now. Let's see if we can get some extra damage by doing so. My goal was to get the cannon card in front of the tower with the Tornado, but unfortunately, cannon card did end up going down. Anyways, great damage, great situation for us. 428 HP on his right side tower. And man, I could have definitely played this match way better, but the fact that we're still winning is honestly great. So let's see what he's gonna do. Looks like he does go for the Golden Barrel. Let's go with Lock. Knowing that he has Lightning, I'm gonna cycle my Executioner opposite lane. This way he's not gonna be able to get the lightning damage and the value on the tower he already has some damage on. Okay, let's go with a Valkyrie here right side. Let's make sure that we keep troops in both lanes, considering that he has the recruits. Let's go with Ice Spirit. Let's go with a Nado here as well, making sure that we take care of the Dart Goblin. Let's go with Goblins, and as soon as the cannon card is locked on to the Valkyrie, I'm gonna go with the Executioner here. Okay, looking really good. I would say that all we need to do here is just take the right side tower. I think with one Hawk Rider push, we should be able to do so. He does go with lightning. Nice lightning by him. Executioner might be able to get a lock. There you go. It's going to get the lock, so it's going to be amazing. Pretty much tower down with the help of the lock here. We are going to take it down. And let's in the meantime go with Goblins. Let's go with a NATO. Finally activated King Tower. Not like the first NATO I dropped on the Goblin barrel. And I think that should be pretty much good game. Only 5 seconds left here. Executioner in the middle to get some extra damage. Man, Executioner low-key can create some really nice and interesting plays offensively as well. Like, I feel like it's mainly a great card on defense, especially if they do not have a great way of dealing with it. This guy, for example, had lightning, but still often gets a lot of value. But if they, for example, do not expect the Executioner offensively, especially combining it with Tornado in some situations, like, for example, now, I feel like many times you can surprise your opponent and you can actually get a lot of damage with the Executioner as well. So let's go with Ice Spirit here to block his Executioner. Looks like he also goes with his. Please do not have Rocket in Psycho right now. Okay, he might have the same deck and he might not have the Rocket in Psycho. I guess I'm gonna just leave it like this and probably go with Valkyrie here. I'm not sure. This is kind of awkward because both of us did the same exact play. And he actually has Golden Knight. Okay, Golden Knight, Executioner actually is gonna be the same exact deck we're gonna use. Or no, not the same exact deck, but a very similar deck we're gonna use in the last 2 matches of today's video as well. I also have a deck ready with the Goblin Duel, with the Golden Knight. That is also gonna be a very strong and a very good combination with the Executioner. So hopefully he's gonna Psycho his Exy once again in the back, because this time we are gonna have the Rocket. I think he doesn't have a big spell, if I'm not wrong. He's only gonna have NATO plus Lock, so if he does Psycho the Exy, we can probably just Rocket his and then hopefully get some damage. Okay, he goes with the Goblin Duel into the Executioner. I'm just gonna go Valkyrie here. That's gonna take care of it easily. And afterwards, I'm gonna have either the Rocket or the NATO ready. Wherever he's gonna drop it, I think I'm gonna have to try to get some value with the NATO. Okay, he does go with the Exy. That's actually NATO this in front of the tower. I think that should be able to get a little bit of damage on the tower while also hitting your troops. There you go. Please, nice. Another shot. And man, it deals so much damage. Close range, the damage is actually insane. Let's go with Ice Spirit just in case he goes with ability. There you go. He does indeed go with ability. And I think if he doesn't have a big spell, our offensive power should be really good with the Rocket and just in general with the Hawk Rider as well. Even though he does have NATO, I feel like Hawk Rider sometimes is always gonna, I don't know, kind of be annoying, maybe get some chip damage. Wait a second, the Valkyrie might be able to get a swing. There you go, does get one swing with the damage of the NATO, brings down the tower all the way to 2300 HP. And this is looking really good for us, to be honest. Okay, let's see though. Let's give it a pressure with the Hawk Rider right side. I think, yeah, he's probably just gonna NATO that, right? I don't think we really need to go with like a lock prediction because, yeah, no point of going with a lock prediction knowing he has NATO and Cycle. Let's go with Ice Spirit, let's go with Goblins. And we need to be careful though. He definitely has NATO available right now, so he might, or he doesn't have it available right now, but he might try to cycle to it. Let's go with a Valkyrie here to defend the Goblin Duel. He does indeed get a nice Goblin or connection with the Golden Knight, and let's in the meantime go with Hawk Rider. Okay, I'm gonna go Rocket here as well. This is definitely not an easy situation, not a great matchup for us offensive wise with the Hawk Rider, but the Rocket might be the game changer right here. Okay, let's go with a Executioner up high. Let's go with Goblins here to try and get some damage. He does go with ability. Man, the Golden Knight actually dashes all the way from there. That's insane. Executioner is still alive as well. It's gonna get a shot with 1 HP. Man, there's no way. Okay, we need to lock in, guys, because if not, we're gonna end up losing this match. I'm gonna have to try and get something going. I'm gonna do this play, which I've seen sometimes on top ladder, where the Executioner gets pushed by the Hawk Rider, and then this way the Hawk Rider often, yeah, makes it to the tower. Nice, Executioner is still alive, does get a connection on the right side tower. I'm honestly just gonna ignore the Golden Knight, go with a Rocket offensively here, and I think we need to keep under pressure as well. Okay, he does go with ability, let's go with it. I think an Ice Spirit, even though he does have lock, I just want to cycle back to the Hawk Rider here as soon as possible. I'm not sure if he's back. Yeah, he is back to the bomb tower, well played by him. And let's in the meantime have the Valkyrie ready. Okay, let's go with the Valkyrie behind the Executioner, making sure that he actually cannot go with a NATO like in front of the tower. Let's go with Goblins here as well. Let's go with a Rocket. And all we need to do right now is survive for a little bit longer and cycle back to another Rocket plus, something. Okay, let's go with the Ice Spirit here. Let's make sure that we do end up defending this as good as possible. Let's go with a Valkyrie up high. Let's go with Executioner. And in the worst case scenario, I can even let the Goblin Duel lock on for a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to let the Goblin Duel lock on. I think it got one shot there. Let's go with a Rocket. It's a level 13 Rocket, so I'm not sure how much damage it exactly does. But I think with... okay, wait, we need to be careful. This is actually getting kind of scary, but I think we should be fine. Okay. Go with goblins like this. Let's go with a Hawk Rider here as well to distract the Golden Knight. Lock here on defense. Valkyrie's doing a great job so far, and we actually cycle back to another rocket. So I wasn't really counting that the level 13 rocket does way less damage than, for example, level 15 rocket. But hey, we got the victory. That is definitely a really interesting and nice deck from him that also shows that the Goblin Duo combined with the Golden Knight, combined with the Executioner, is definitely very strong, very scary. And look at the last deck I have prepared for you guys in today's video. Exactly, Goblin Duo, Executioner plus the Golden Knight. He also had the same idea, not the same exact idea, because he had Bomb Tower, he had the Goblin Gang. I feel like our version, Quicker Cycle, Evil Cannon, is gonna be a little bit stronger, but pretty much the same idea. Pretty much the same exact strategy. So let's see what we can cook, guys. So far doing really good. So far 4-0 in today's video. We're already in League 6. Let's see what deck we're gonna be facing here. Okay, looks like this guy starts off with a Giant. He goes with a Prince as well. Let's set up a cannon. Let's go with a Ice Spirit here, making sure that we do try and get as much value, as much damage from the Executioner. Let's go with a Lock here as well. And the Executioner pretty much took care of the entire Lumberjack plus Prince. We do need to still be careful because the Lumberjack was gonna get a few connections on the tower, especially against this type of matchups. We do not want to take any damage in single elixir. So I guess the Golden Knight there was quite an overcommitment on defense, but I think we should be fine as long as we survive single elixir. Afterwards in double elixir we should be much better. Okay, let's go with the Mega Minion right side. I'm honestly just gonna wait a little bit. I don't really want to cycle my Executioner into the Mega Minion and then he all of a sudden goes like opposite lane. I think we're gonna just wait a little bit. He does cycle his Goblin Drill. I think a great moment for us to honestly just go with or he does cycle his Bomber, excuse me. Great moment for us to go with a Goblin Drill opposite lane. And then he goes with his Bomber here. Okay, let's go like this. Let's go with a Cannon here up high as well. And let's have the Goblins ready against the Prince. I think he might have Lightning. Let's see if he decides to use the Lightning or is he just gonna leave it like this. Okay, looks like he's just gonna leave it like this. Pretty good situation. If he does end up using his Lumberjack here, we might be able to activate the King Tower. If not, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Executioner deals so much damage though, but yeah, looks like the Lumberjack is gonna still be alive. Let's go with a NATO here to activate the King Tower. Very nice play. And overall situation, I would say, is actually really good for us, especially now with the King Tower activated. Didn't take much damage in single elixir at all. We should be looking pretty solid for double elixir right here. Okay, let's go with the Golden Knight into the right side lane. I feel like it's always important to kind of keep out the pressure while they try to make a push. Let's go with a Goblin Drill here towards the right side as well. Let's go with a Lock, and let's actually pop the ability because I feel like we might be able to get a dash on all of those troops right there. Nice, looking pretty solid. Let's go with the Executioner. Same lane. We do have to be careful with this counter push, but I think we should be fine. Even if he has Lightning, I think the Executioner here is still gonna get some value. We can go with Goblins, we can go with a Lock, we can go with the Golden Knight. I wanted to go with the Cannon, but honestly, not even necessary right here. And we have a great counter push with the Golden Knight, so let's quickly go with a Goblin Duo offensively as well. Okay, let's go with a NATO here to group up everything. Let's go with a Golden Knight. Oh, a little bit too early on the ability, but I guess it's still fine. Grouping up everything is gonna mean that the Executioner is gonna get so much value and pretty much kills his entire push already. Okay, let's go with an Ice Spirit. Let's go with an Evil Cannon here, mainly just to cycle. Let's go with a Lock here as well. And let's kind of wait and see, okay, what is the opponent gonna do? Okay, let's go Goblins off to the side, Executioner up high, making sure that I drop it as much towards the right side as possible in case he wants to go with a Lightning. He does go with a Lightning, but that means that now the Lightning doesn't hit the cannon. So it's either they're hitting the cannon or hitting the Executioner, not allowing both, because of course if not it would be way too much value. Okay, let's go with, I think, a NATO. Man, my NATOs and my Golden Knights hasn't been getting as much value as the other guy, but I think we're still doing fine. And as long as we don't make a huge mistake, I think we should have a really solid defense here. Look at that, guys. Look at the defense we have. He does go with a Lightning. We need to be careful with the Giant. Giant is gonna get one connection. He actually has a Goblin Curse. What? He Goblin Curse plus Zap. Pretty much nothing right there. Okay, let's see if we can finally get the Golden Knight to lock onto the tower. Please go with like a Bomber. There you go. No, I didn't dash on time, or at least the Golden Knight didn't survive long enough to be able to dash. Let's go with the Ice Spirit. Let's go with a Lock. And we need to be careful because low-key, this guy is getting a lot of damage, and we're not getting as much damage as I would like to be getting. So let's go with a Goblin Duo here offensively. Let's make sure that we do end up DPSing down the Giant. Let's go with Executioner Evolution. Let's go with a NATO as well. Let's make sure that we keep the Executioner alive for as long as possible. Golden Knight here to protect. Let's go with a Goblin Jail. And let's go with a Lock just to make sure that the Giant doesn't get a connection. Let's go with the Ice Spirit here off to the side as well. And let's dash, hopefully getting a connection finally with the Golden Knight. Man, the Golden Knight hasn't really been getting much done for us. Okay, let's go with the Executioner here. Let's go with a Lock. We need to be careful because he does have the Goblin Drill. Exactly, there you go. There's the, or the Goblin Curse, I mean, not the Goblin Drill. Let's go with a Ice Spirit off to the side. And let's make sure that we try and get the last push going here. Okay, Golden Knight off to the side. Let's go with a NATO like this. And please, finally, Golden Knight. Okay, at least it takes care of the Bomber. And that's going to allow the Goblin Drill to get a connection on the right side tower. And the Lock will finish it off. Man, my Golden Knight, I don't know if it's my problem. I don't know if I'm playing really bad tornadoes. I guess I haven't used the Golden Knight in a really long time. I think the last time I used Golden Knight was the time where it was like super broken and it would always dash on everything. Nowadays, I guess you really need to like calculate and you really need to, yeah, be careful when to or when not to go with the Golden Knight dash. Okay, let's go with Executioner. This is the last match of today's video so far. 5-0. Hopefully we can keep it up and hopefully we can secure us another victory. Okay, a Mega Knight at the bridge just like that. I think I'm gonna actually NATO like this. This might seem like a strange play, but I want to kill the bats and then afterwards I want to activate the King Tower with the Ice Spirit. I guess I could have also Ice Spirit the bats and then NATO the Mega Knight, but sometimes the Ice Spirit doesn't fully take care of all the bats. So I guess, yeah, this is like a little bit safer. Okay, let's go with a Goblin Joe here towards the left side. I think, oh, I want to say, I think he might have the typical version with Goblin Gang, with Bandit, but looks like he actually has a Night Witch. So definitely not the typical version. And man, look at the Executioner. It's gonna be a party for him right here against the Balloon. We do have to be careful because he does end up freezing. Let's actually go with a Cannon just to make sure. Executioner still should be able to, yeah, take care of the Balloon, take care of the Night Witch. Unfortunately, no counter push for us, but anyways, great damage on the left side. Well, pretty much defending perfectly the right side tower. Okay, so definitely not the typical Mega Knight deck. I was expecting it to be, yeah, like the typical bridge spam type of Mega Knight deck with Wall Breakers, Bandit, Goblin Gang, Bats, but instead he has a really interesting version with Balloon and Night Witch. Let's go with a Golden Knight, let's go with a dash here already, forcing out something else, because if not, it's gonna dash on top of the tower, while dashing onto the Valkyrie. Let's go with Ice Spirit here, and let's cycle a Goblin Joe in the middle, so to start distracting everything. Okay, looking pretty solid. I think that should be a decent defense. We do have to be careful with the Mega Knight, because it's actually gonna dash, or it's actually gonna jump next to the tower. Is gonna allow a little bit of damage, but that should be fine, because anyways on the left side tower we didn't take any damage. So definitely a crazy deck from him. I think we should be fine though. Like honestly, we have a really solid defense. The Balloon isn't really worrying me either. We do need to be careful with the freeze spell, but I think we should be fine. We can go with a Cannon here. We can go with an Ice Spirit. He does end up using his freeze spell already. Let's actually NATO kind of early, so the Cannon does get a few extra hits in onto the Night Witch. And let's afterwards cycle Executioner into the left side lane, trying to potentially afterwards get like a play offensively with the Tornado. Okay, let's go with a Golden Knight here. He does end up using his Mega Knight once again at the bridge. This guy is being very, very aggressive right now. Okay, Ice Spirit like this, NATO as well. Executioner is gonna get distracted a little bit by the Mega Knight. We still need to be careful because he is applying a lot of pressure, and he also has the freeze spell, of course. He's probably gonna freeze, so let's go with a Cannon, kind of predicting the freeze spell, making sure that if he does end up freezing, it's not gonna allow the Balloon to get any damage. And he also has an Inferno Tower. What is this deck? Okay, this is definitely the definition of a mid-ladder player. Mega Knight, Night Witch, freeze spell as well. Definitely a crazy deck from him here. I need to look in though, because he is slowly but surely putting us in kind of an awkward spot. Okay, let's go with Goblins like this. Let's go with Executioner. Let's make sure that we have the NATO ready. He does have the freeze spell though. Yeah, there you go. There's the freeze spell. Let's actually go with a NATO, Ice Spirit, plus the Evil Cannon, and that should be able to defend that, I would say, perfectly, especially considering that it's the Evil Executioner. It, of course, yeah, knocks back the Balloon, does even more damage. Okay, we have a NATO here, which I think is gonna be very good, because it's gonna NATO the Valkyrie backwards, allowing the Goblins to get a lot of damage onto the left side tower. The only scary thing about this is that we don't have the NATO and Psycho anymore against the Balloon push, but we have a quick cycle, so I think we might be able to cycle back to it. Let's go with Goblins. Let's have the NATO ready here as well, NATOing both the left and the right side lane. Executioner afterwards hopefully wakes up again after the freeze passes, and then with the lock here we are gonna not defend perfectly, but we are gonna stay alive, and we're still in a pretty solid situation. So man, what a crazy deck from him, man. Honestly, even though I feel like I have a great matchup, I'm still kind of struggling, and we're actually about to hit triple elixir. So we're triple elixir right now. Let's go with Ice Spirit up high. Let's go with a Golden Knight here as well. Let's go with a Cannon. We are gonna, nice. Okay, that's actually NATO, and I think he has nothing against the Goblins right now. Look at the Goblins, guys. There you go. Goblins are gonna get the connection, are gonna take the left side tower, and what a crazy deck from him. Honestly, well played. That's definitely like the typical mid-ladder deck. you do not want to face, but anyways, we were able to beat it. We were able to secure the victory. So 2-0 with the Goblin Joe deck, 2-0 with the Hawk Rider deck, then also 2-0 with the Graveyard deck. Let me know in the comment section down below which one of these three are your favorite. I honestly don't know which are my favorite. I feel like all of them are, yeah, really solid and work really well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to smack the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.